you know, this is something my wife has pointed out too. She said, well, men are going to have to stand up for themselves. But here's the problem. I know how to stand up to a man who's unfairly trespassing against me. And the reason I know that is because the parameters for my resistance are quite well defined, which is we talk, we argue, we push, and then it becomes physical, right? Like if we move beyond the boundaries of civil discourse, we know what the next step is. Okay, that's forbidden in discourse with women. And so I don't think that men can control crazy women. I really don't believe it. I think that they have to throw their hands up in what? It's not even disbelief. It's that there's no step forward that you can take under those circumstances, because if the man is offensive enough and crazy enough, the reaction becomes physical right away, or at least the threat is there.
Jordan Peterson is being very honest here about how patriarchy is upheld by violence and how men live in a constant fear almost of the next physical altercation that they could get into if they disagree with a man. What I find very interesting is that Jordan Peterson doesn't seem to have a problem with the imminent threat that men always, constantly seem to have at the propensity to be a victim of assault if they were to get in some kind of disagreement with any man that they might find or have some kind of altercation with. I think that's a very scary world to live in. I would hate to have to live in a world where I was scared of being assaulted at any time, at any point, simply because I disagreed with someone. And I think men should really think about if that's the kind of world that they want to live in. But that's not the point of the video. The point of the video is I completely agree with Jordan Peterson's conclusion. He says that there is no way to control a crazy woman. And I agree. There is no way to control a crazy woman, a sane woman, a psychotic woman, a delusional woman. In fact, don't try and control women at all. If you find yourself in an argument and you feel like you want to assault that person because you're having some kind of disagreement, I would implore you to just leave the situation. Save your energy, save your time, agree to disagree, and if you feel like things are escalating, then if you must, call the police if you think that is going to ensure your safety. But in no way try to control a crazy woman simply because you disagree. It's okay. You don't need to do that. I don't want this to become a joke, so I'm going to try and stay focused. Okay, so there are other ways of communicating with people that doesn't involve assaulting them. And you have to understand that sometimes you're not going to agree with other people. You can have a discussion with them and it can drive you up the wall, and that's okay. At the end of the day, your peace is important, your calm is important, and that simply just might be a person that you're never going to agree with. Now, if this person is your partner, I would say that you and your partner are not compatible. If you have urges to assault them whenever you have a disagreement, I'm sorry, that person is not for you, and you should move on. Go your separate ways, please. And yes, when you are in a conversation with a crazy woman, do just as Jordan Peterson has said, and just throw your hands up and leave. One lie you have to let go of is that you are responsible for the behavior of others. They keep telling you that the way they act is because of you. So you think if you do everything right, one day they will do what they're supposed to. False. They act like they do because they want to. And there is no way you can ever act that will make them treat you well, because they simply don't want to. Sometimes this is difficult to hear because it means that there is no hope. You know, the person that you hoped that they would be, that they would change, the thing that you've been striving for, the idea of them that you believe that one day, perhaps, it doesn't exist. I'm really sorry to say it, and I'm trying to be as gentle as I can, but you're gonna have to let go of this false sense of control that if you just try hard enough, that they will be everything that you wanted them to be. They don't, they won't want to. You have to accept that. But there will be people that want to, or already are. And when you find those people, you will have beautiful relationships, and you'll be happy, and you'll be taken care of. And you won't have to wish and pray and hope so much.